funny, man. Y'all had to scrap it because y'all were South Africa. I gotta pee though. What do we do?
Oh my god.
Did we do it already?
Oh my god.
I was joking.
No. I just go.
Yeah,
just
we
go.
good.
Wait, are we good?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Please ignore anything that you've heard from this point. I was joking. It was all a joke. Hello and welcome to the premiere OddCast podcast, the OddCast. My name's Chad, and I'm here with a couple of my friends.
What's
Yeah.
up, guys? My name's Alex.
Thomas, glad to be here.
Yeah, does anybody like? Wait, no. We're still good.
Are you not
We're just
live?
gonna we're rolling with it.
No.
But
Will.
did anybody notice how much deeper Thomas's voice just got? He like went so hard. He's like, "This is
Hey,
Thomas."
this is my podcast voice.
Mm.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
That
my bad,
was
my bad.
Tommy Loren.
Right. He's a liberal.
Okay.
No, you were good. We're good. Just
No,
roll
we
with
good,
it.
we good.
Just roll with it.
So we're just naming fake facts, I guess.
No.
No.
So
All right, let's.
No, it's Thomas.
wait.
It's
So go
Tommy.
back. We've got Chad, bad Chad.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. We got Thomas.
Yep.
We got Allstate over there.
Yep, Alex, let's get it.
All right, and
Um,
then
Will.
Will, my boy,
Right.
and then Garen, aka Misfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that sees coming from my YouTube channel or Twitter, that's what they know me as, Misfit. So,
The crew's all here.
The two that come from the
Yeah,
town.
exactly.
hey, I have 2,000 something followers on Twitter. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We
That
have
Call of Duty life, bro.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty Life.
The
Rice
Coolie-
Gum 2.0.
The Cooley family's big.
It's the Misfit Gang, okay?
Misfit gang.
Actually, no, we're called the Biscuits, but it's all good.
Oh,
The Biscuit Gang, Misfit the Biscuit Gang.
All right, Chad.
I should start my own Twitch channel, and we should be the gravy,
Dude, that'd be dope.
and we could be complimentary. We could stream together, co-stream. That'd be pretty
Right.
fun. Biscuits and gravy.
Too bad I don't play games anymore. I
Hey,
don't.
guys, we should,
All
or
right.
Thomas, me and Will should just leave. Since it's the Biscuit and Gravy show.
I've been
Right
trying
now.
to get y'all to leave for a long time,
Oh, gosh.
but y'all are still here, so here we are. Let's do it.
All right.
All right,
So
let's get to it. Chad, what are we doing?
Well, to put it simply, we're talking.
What are
It's
we
really
talking
not
about?
funny. It's really not funny at all. But these guys are little girls, and they're giggling at something we're not really too sure about. Yeah, but it's really simple. We're just talking, man. We're going to talk about college. We're all in college. Expectation versus reality. How we thought it was going to be versus how it turned out, because we're all a couple years in now.
Let's see. Chad's a senior. Will's a senior.
Yep.
Thomas is a sophomore.
Yeah.
And then me and Alex are juniors.
This is my fourth year, technically.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So
he
you're
is a
senior.
6-year senior.
So, but we're all here at Texas Tech University, which is a pretty good sized university, right? 40,000
Yeah.
students. So I mean, it's not
Yeah,
like
almost.
we're like a baby school or anything. We're pretty
For
good, pretty decent size.
Yeah.
I think we're like maybe the third or fourth biggest in the Big 12.
Yeah, we trade on the New York Stock Exchange. It's serious. Okay.
I mean, I
What's-
guess.
No, what's a
I mean-
joke?
that was
Not
just
a good one.
that was a bad
I'm
joke.
sorry, man. Hey, get used to the bad jokes. That's pretty much all I provide. So.
This is truth.
That literally is it.
We could just. All right.
Hey, we can guarantee y'all one thing. If y'all listen to this right now, we're going to laugh a lot, and it's going to be pretty dumb. But hopefully, you can laugh at some of it too, man. And so, let's just get right into our topic.
Right. Let's see here. So we're all college students, and we thought, hey, we were high schoolers once upon a time, and now that we're 2, 3, 4 years into college, we figured that what are the things that we used to think about college before we got to college, and now that we're here,
What's
kind
the
of
reality?
a expectations versus reality kind of thing going on. So, what are the things that you guys thought about college when you guys were still in high school? What did you think it was going to be like?
I thought it was going to be more different than it was.
Yeah. I didn't realize that we had like this much free time. Like, so in high school, you would go to a school from like 7 to 5 or 7 to 4 or whatever. But in college, you can like go to class and like your parents aren't there to like I don't know, tell you what to do, and so you basically have like so much free time you can do whatever you want.
So you're saying like your expectation was not to have free time, but now that you're here, like you have so much time.
My expectation was I didn't know I would have like this much free time, but in reality, like
You're good.
I have so much free time in the world.
All right, that's not a bad one, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think I have like any free time. Maybe it's just me.
But that's because you work also.
And I try to go full send on the studies.
True. 4-0 squad.
Yeah, how did that go last semester?
Hey, let's not bring up the past.
Oh, wow.
And I had a lot of free time last semester, didn't I?
Hey, it happens to everybody. One thing that we can all relate to is college grades are very different from high school grades.
Expect to fail at least once.
In high school, you got your teachers pampering you up, and you have 20 makeups, and hey, like you can make this up with this. And in college, you miss a quiz, that's literally like you're already 20% out. So
I wouldn't say 20. Like,
it depends.
I mean, he's exaggerating.
I'm exaggerating,
for sure.
but
But like high school, you're
You
like,
get the
oh,
point.
I failed. I can bring some canned goods and get my grades up.
yeah.
In college, you fail. You're like, oh well, drop the class. See you next semester.
Right. So
They're like, screw.
Probably send you an email or something.
Yeah.
Actually, I brought in some canned goods, got some points in the class.
Did you really?
In college,
Yeah.
What class?
Do your research.
what class was this?
Yeah, what class was that?
It was for like sorority. I didn't actually get
A
points.
sorority.
That
What?
So
I know there's classes called a sorority.
Greek life of education or what?
Yeah. It was weird. It was this easy class. It was, just an elective.
It was a pass fail class, pretty much.
Yeah, no, not really. But I mean, it was easy. It was the easy A.
Or was it
So-
the Latin cooking class you're talking about?
No. But it's hard to remember what I thought of college when I was back in high school. That's
were you intimidated with
yeah,
the thought of
I'd
joining
probably
college?
Yeah, I'd probably say so, especially when you start applying. You
Yeah.
start thinking, oh wow, this is actually what they're looking for, and this is actually what I need to do and have to be.
Yeah, but
Right.
let's be real. We all go to tech. Like, you get your grades up or you get your guns up. You know what I'm saying?
Or you do both?
I mean, people say that, but
It's
I know
so easy to
plenty
get
of,
into
I,
Texas Tech.
I know plenty of people who didn't though.
Like, you get a 24 on your ACT, you're guaranteed in. If you didn't get a 24 on your ACT, you probably should not go to
I
college.
didn't even.
I don't. Yeah, I took
didn't even-
SAT.
No, I didn't take the SAT, ACT, or anything. I didn't take like no tests at all.
But then,
But you went- but-
we know he didn't take a grammar one. No
But that's because I went to community college right after I graduated high school, so I didn't like have to.
right. So also, I mean, that's not the ACT and the SAT are not the only way they use to
No, but like,
filter students. Like, if you go to if there's one school in your town and it's 20 students and you're number 3, you probably make it because
Yeah.
they take percentages as well. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So there's that too. If you go to a 6A school, it'll be hard to get in the top 5 there than if you go to a 20 people school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so
that
they look at
also-
everything.
but that also messes you over. Like, there's no top 10%. So, like, for me, I was
Yeah.
5th in my class out of 4.0, and I had a 31 on my ACT. But then I didn't even get to mark that I was in the top 10% of my class because there's only 20 kids. So you're like, oh, so they're like, he's not in the top 10 of his class or top 10%, but he's got a 4.0. Like, what? They're lost.
I
You
don't
know
know,
what
but
I'm
I
saying?
I
think they
mean,
check that differently.
yeah, they
too.
check,
They
yeah.
definitely do not just say, like, they compare it based on your school.
Yeah.
They can't just.
Yeah, I'm sure
Obviously,
that they
they
have
would
their
do that.
criteria. Is what
Mhm.
I'm saying. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. Pretty much, like, guaranteed admission is based off an ACT score. Because if you're
Yeah.
anything over 24, you're guaranteed admission to Texas Tech no matter what.
No, I don't think so.
And then anything less is they look at like your grades and everything from there. That's what it was when I was a senior, anyways.
I had a couple guaranteed admissions.
Mhm.
I mean, that weren't Texas Tech. They were good schools.
Yeah, I had guaranteed admission to Tech, Bryce, Texas Tech. And UT, and then Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I had like a lot of options going out of high school, and then I went to Western Texas College. Oh my goodness.
Hey, that was another story
Love
for
is
another
blind.
day.
Love is blind.
That's another story for another day. He
That
he is good now though. He's safe.
Yeah.
But, so okay, so Thomas, what about you? Were you intimidated at all going to college?
To be honest, not really. It's like college just seems like everything that it's just the next step, you know? Like it's kind of expected. Like you go to school for whatever 12 years and then you go to college and then you get a job. So I wasn't really intimidated. It was just like this is just another step, I guess, to getting that job or whatever. So I mean, college was just I didn't really even care too much about what school I wanted to go to. It was between.
I mean, let's be honest though. Everybody from Midland, you have one choice.
Yeah. If you're from
Midland, Texas, literally you have two choices: Texas Tech or Oilfield.
That's true. It's funny. He's not even from there, but there's a lot of truth to that, right, boys? Right,
No,
Midland boys?
No,
I mean-
not at all.
Or the
Yes,
or the
there
community
is.
college, but
So many Midland kids
There,
go
yeah,
to Tech.
I agree. Yeah, there's a lot.
So many, but they're not like the only option.
there's two. I just gave you two.
No, many people don't go to the oil field in Midland though.
He got triggered, guys. He got triggered.
I did not get triggered.
A lot of Midland kids. Shout out to all the Midland kids out there that went to Tech, man. That's what he's talking about.
And all the girls that are tri-delts from Midland. Because that's a stereotype, too.
Okay.
That they're from Midland?
Yeah. You never heard the song Midland?
No.
You've never heard the song Midland by John Bauman?
Hey
Wait.
man, not everybody was lucky to be in the
Wait.
locker
Oh,
room.
my goodness.
Live song review? No, I'm joking.
Just pop it open right now.
No. Alex, were you intimidated at all? No.
No, not really. It's like the same as Thomas said. Like, there's like an expectation. Well, you've been in school for like 12 years through elementary and high school, and so college is like the next step up. It's like transitioning from like elementary school to junior high, or from junior high to high school. Like there's just some couple of differences, but overall the transition was pretty easy.
Okay, so what went into you deciding that okay, I'll spend the next 4, or in Alex's case, 7 years.
Chill.
No, I'm playing. He's a junior, guys. He's a junior. So what went into?
Technically I'm a senior. So.
Okay, well, we'll give you those
Wait,
strikes.
now he plays rank? When he's trying to look big?
Okay, so what went into deciding that hey, I'm gonna spend the next typically 4 years of my life in this area?
Okay, well, since the only two options are to go to Texas Tech and to go to the oil field in Midland,
You didn't
I
want to
didn't
get
want
soaked.
to go to the oil field.
You didn't want to get soaked.
No, but my dad, he graduated from Tech,
There
and
will be
so,
blood.
like, all growing up, like, my overall plan of graduating high school was going to go to Texas Tech. Like, that was, like, I didn't have, like, any other, like,
So it runs in the family.
yeah, it runs in the family, basically.
Okay, Chad, what about you?
Same here, third generation.
Third
Third generation
generation?
Red Raider wreck 'em every
Okay.
day of the week.
I mean, I'm sure more went into that too.
So you were
because-
born with the Raider rash.
Raider rash is untrue. It's a myth. You'll find that your first day at Red Raider orientation. They'll tell you.
But I'm sure. Well, in your case, we'll talk about it later. I'm sure a lot went into it. You know, obviously your brother. I mean, your third generation, but also the living conditions were in your favor.
There was no choice. I mean, there was.
Everything just fell in line, basically.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Thomas, what about you? Fourth generation?
No, I'm the.
Wait, they were.
No, I'm This is a first generation
Okay.
tech student, but My dad went to University of Houston.
Okay,
Oh,
shout out to all the
reppin'.
Cougars out there.
Yeah.
Not the other Cougars, but U of H Cougars.
Chill.
Shout out to
Chill.
those other Cougars too, but we'll talk. That's another story.
That's another topic.
Yeah.
Chill.
Okay, so U of H, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then my mom graduated from the Philippines.
Okay. Shout out to
Yeah,
all the
so-
Manila people. No.
That's funny.
I'm playing.
Philippine High?
Philippines.
It was actually is. It actually was.
It was.
No.
Okay. Maging sino ka man,
Wait,
Yeah.
you better stop.
Garen, what
That's
about
Taz,
you?
that's not me.
Yeah.
What went into you deciding that, hey, I'm going to dump this girl and spend the next 4 years at Tech?
Oh.
That was a sore spot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
That was backwards though.
Oh my god.
Hey,
I-
let's just
we're
focus on
gonna-
the second
oh
part of
my
the question.
We're going to cut that.
Goodness.
We're going to cut that.
We'll focus-
Commercial break.
Oh my god. You just wrecked him.
I did?
Oh
He's
my-
triggered, but...
No, I'm not triggered.
okay,
You just,
okay.
You went backwards. I don't think you knew what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't know.
Either way, Tech was definitely not even on the table in high school. I had no interest in going to Texas Tech University.
Okay.
Wow.
Like, because
good.
everyone from Ira and Snyder, like, they go to Tech, and I'm like, I do not want to be like everyone else. Like, you go to Tech, oh my goodness.
Okay.
You're
And then you went to
normal.
Tech.
And then I went to Tech.
Right.
Like, I did not want to go to Tech in any way. Like, I wanted to go SMU, Rice, or like UT. That was my 3 schools. And I did not go to either
Rice?
3 of those. Yeah, I wanted to study law, so
Oh, okay.
it's a little different. It's been a while.
That's good. Well, that's good. I don't know. It was weird for me. Like, I'm first generation Tech. Well, my uncle went here.
That's second generation.
second generation.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm saying
graduated?
my mom went to
yeah,
Tech.
he,
Nice. Yeah,
I
that's
think
second
he did his
generation.
PhD here from App.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was something about the double T. Like, I cannot explain it, but I was just like,
Because of the logo?
I saw the double T, and I was just like, man, I'm sure. Yes. Right. So I just felt it from. I saw the double T, and
You can't go wrong with red and black. Those colors are the best colors.
right.
It was just
Um,
Lord willing.
Yeah. Everything just fell into place, and I felt called. So what else? About
Every
college
other
you wanna
word
talk
that comes
about?
out this dude's mouth is a joke. I just want everybody needs to know that.
Alex, that
Um,
is. We'll keep going.
All right, so now let's ask the question the other way. What do we think about college now? Or how has our view of college changed since going through some of it?
My first idea of college was that it was going to be a nonstop party. It's not even close to that, which is good because I'm not interested in partying. But, like, that was my first thought. I was like, oh, we're going to college? It's going to be like a party every day.
But were you a
You-
party head before college?
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But, like, that's the
That's
modern perception of what college is just a party.
Right.
But it was not at all. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't party every day because you definitely can, but it's very
for
easy.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Right. What do
I
you
mean,
think?
but the people who party every day aren't seniors. They're freshmen and sophomore, then they're gone.
Well, you'll be
True.
surprised. You still have
They're
your
weak
8-year seniors.
no.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I guess you're right.
the people who party every day, South Plains.
Yeah,
They like go to Tech and then they get kicked out. They go to South Plains.
yeah.
Right.
South Carolina's not bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, apart from parties, what else did y'all think that college was gonna be like?
Easy.
Nah.
You thought it was gonna be easy?
I never studied in my entire life through high school.
You thought college was gonna be easy.
Yeah, teachers always, you're gonna get to college, you're not gonna understand. I'm like, no, dude. Like, always just show up for tests, make good grades, I'm good to go. 4.0, never studied in high school, and then I get to college, and I'm like, this is completely different. I'm like, I'm not ready.
If you
for
had
this.
a 4.0 in
Yeah,
high
you-
school and never studied, I gotta check the curriculum.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where y'all from.
You can,
If you did a whole high school career with a 4.0 and never studied, just pulled up to the tests,
I'm a good test taker. I've always been
either
a good
you're
test
like
taker.
you gotta be third generation Einstein.
yeah, you can actually
Could
fail,
be.
You can actually fail classes in college, including basketball.
But either way, guess what I'm trying to say is like, you cannot just get by passing your tests. Like I got A's on every test, and you can still make a bad grade in class by just not doing the work, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
And
yeah.
you actually have to study. You actually have to read the material. You can't just listen to the lecture and
Right.
understand it all because they're just way over your head a lot
Hands
of
down
times.
the truth.
I thought this is what I thought about college, right? So, first off, I was just like, man, I'll be by myself. That was the big thing. I knew because throughout high school, you wake up, you go back home. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that in college, you'll be all me. So I already expected that. But also, we gotta be honest here, guys. Like, we all knew that college is where all the girls are at. And knowing of all the parties, and you probably, if you had big brothers that went to college when you were in high school, they come back from college, and they're telling you, man, there's parties and they're drinking, and the fun life was definitely something that I was expecting too. And apart from that, really all I knew was it was gonna be harder, and I'll be living by myself, away from my parents, and I'll have a lot of fun. So basically, that's all I had. Going into college.
It's funny after being in it. It is a lot like high school. I think you have your classes every day that you go to, but I feel like you just. I don't know. In high school, I participated in school and stuff and extracurricular activities. I feel like college, you just don't. You have the option to not participate.
Mm-hmm.
You have the option to not. Have friends.
I know majority of us entered college when we were like 18 years old. But Will over here, he actually went to college when he was 16. So you can tell us about how that you went to college at like such a young age. Like, was it? I guess what my question is, was it different?
Man, I got
being like younger, like
right,
and going to college.
I gotta tell you something, guys. That was Alex, by the way. They just asked.
That's
and,
still good.
I've known Alex for 3 years. This is the best question he's ever asked me.
That was a good question.
That was a really good question. Like, he dug deep on that one. Let's see. Yeah, I came to college 16 years old. But
16 years young.
16 years young.
And wise as ever.
Man, I could say this. I was 16, but I was 20. So, definitely, I don't know.
Apparently, according to your faith.
Right. I was not your typical 16-year-old. So, I mean, I don't think that really counts. So, I mean, it was nothing. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
I did not feel like 16 at all.
Sounds like a sitcom.
Right. So, now that I'm in it, I mean, you said that it's pretty much like high school. I don't think so. Just because,
you actually have to do homework and you have to.
It's.
I
I
don't
feel
understand. Y'all didn't do homework in high school?
No.
People always say that.
No,
this dude's like, I made a 4.0. I didn't study at all.
No, like
swear.
In high school you had to do the homework, but you might.
You didn't have to work hard on it.
No, I did the homework literally the class before, like in between classes every day.
Yeah, y'all were probably in those regular classes.
No, I took AP. I took dual credit.
Like you, Chad?
No, I wasn't in those regular classes. I was in AP and...
Yeah, I took AP and dual credit. And still, it was
credit.
easy.
And that's why I'm graduating late.
Yeah. Fifth year senior.
Hey, it happens.
No, I'll be out in 4 years. We'll be good.
No.
No, 4 years.
Hey, being in college now, though,
2014, 2018.
4 years in, I would say, in my opinion, it's nothing like high school. Just because, one, I mean, you see different people every day. Depending on what you do when you're in college, if you're involved in sports and math clubs and organizations, fraternities, you see different people every day. I mean, you still see your classmates every day, but I mean, apart from that, there's another whole circle of people apart from class, which in high school normally does not happen. Normally, it's just the same circle football if you're in sports, and then just class. That's it. But in college, you see landlords. Like it's just the circle of people is big. You know what I mean? And you can see somebody different every day. And hours are different. Everything's just different. You wake up according to your classes. Schedules is different. Classes are definitely different.
Man, it's not like high school at all.
It's not like
really
high school
not.
at all.
It's
Like the
really
lifestyle
not.
is just different. Everything's just different.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just thinking about like the classroom aspect of it. Like, you spend a whole year with these people, and like everybody in that class. Like that's the class, and that teacher too. Like you
in
can
high
go a
school,
whole class without ever talking to a teacher or a classmate
Yeah, in
in
college.
college,
Mhm.
which is crazy. Like picture doing that in high school. You have to be like a
though
weirdo freak to do
you
that.
did that in high school, yeah.
Hey, then you'll thrive in college.
Wait.
Oh yeah,
So did you start high school as 13 years old?
yeah.
That's insane.
It is insane, yeah.
No, I was definitely like, okay, so I will be in class, right? I remember being a senior, my junior year in class, and that's when girls, not girls, but majority, like, guys, too, that's when they turn 18, junior year going to senior year.
Yeah.
And, everybody's carrying their 18 balloons, when you're in high school. And this girl asked me, I was in, I think it was American history, government class or something, and this girl asked me, she was like, hey, it was her birthday. She was like, how old are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 15. And she was like, man, I wish I was that young. I remember those days. I was like, what do you mean those days? How old are you? Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean those days?
Reminiscing when you
Like,
were
you're reminiscing? I mean, she looked low key old, so I mean, it could go either way on that
Sixth
one.
year high school senior?
That could have happened.
What do you mean by old?
Like, she had, like, bumps on her chin. I think she shaved. Well, that's another story for another day.
Guess
but
we
yeah.
got a lot of future podcasts.
Yeah, let's put that on there. And yeah, so I was really young in high school, which was to a lot of teachers weird and students. So I thought it was normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was a good topic, man. That was a good topic. Will came up with that topic. We were searching our brains trying to find something to talk about when all we do is talk.
So essentially, we went over the social aspect and the academic aspect, but we didn't really talk about like the living, like housing, like on and off campus. I've never lived on campus, but both of y'all did, right?
On campus is lit.
And Thomas lived on.
Hold on,
you
how
lived-
does
no?
that happen that you don't live on campus? I thought every freshman gotta live on campus. Did
Well,
you
we didn't-
transfer?
No, yeah, me and Alex didn't start here.
Oh, you'll
And
transfer.
we were
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think. I mean, yeah, on campus you gotta experience it.
You
I think
gotta
it's
do it.
Totally worth. I mean, everybody's telling you it's horrible, it's bad, it's you don't want to try it. I think it's totally worth everything.
it's worth 1 year because you didn't do it more than 1 year.
Yeah, I know. I that's exactly
the
what I'm saying.
mandatory year
I
is
think
1
it's
year.
yeah. I think it's worth the year on
Of
campus.
struggle.
It's not a struggle though. I mean,
It's
people-
really not.
I mean, for some people it is, and a lot of people will tell you it was. But I think the little bit of struggle that I got from it was totally worth all the fun and the friends that I made.
And honestly, it's not as bad as they make it.
it's
to
not.
be.
No.
Like,
Anybody who struggled either got had some bad luck, or just
Yeah.
didn't just
You
accept
wouldn't
what
sneeze?
it was. No, Stangle Murdo, baby.
Oh, okay, so
Stangle Murdo. Murdo.
Hey, I will say this though. This is really important. Look up, search up the dorms that your university offers
Yes.
before you go. Like, make sure you go there and actually see how you will be living like.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got lucky. I didn't know anything about the dorms. I just picked one, and it turned out to be great. But
Ask people who have been to college,
mhm.
been to that college already, and have stayed in the dorms.
or go there and
ask
actually ask
around.
the people and see
Yeah.
which ones are the best, and then you pick that. Don't go with what they tell you.
For,
And
yes.
don't go with the whole
The freshman
studying community.
Yeah.
Do not do that. Do not do that.
Thankful for my brothers, man. Stengel, Murdo. Shout out to Aaron, Caleb, Ty, Troy, all those boys out there, Toby, all the boys who used to hold down the fort there, man, the market. That was fun days.
Right.
Yeah.
See, aren't you glad we didn't live on campus?
Yeah, I'm glad.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Hey, so if you lived in dorms, well, if you're in high school going to college, this never happened. So there's a move-in week, okay? And that moving in week, basically just get a week to, settle in into the university and stuff like that. Don't be the weirdo that just sits in their room and does not make any friends. Definitely did not do. I know Chad was one of those people.
Hey, our floor was not like your floor. Your floor
Okay, my
was
floor was lit.
definitely different. Yes, yeah. His floor was like an actual like little community.
Was
Ours was just a bunch of
his
guys
floor was
keeping
like
to
an
themselves.
extroverts like
It was
holy
ag.
grail.
My floor was ag. They had ag students,
Ag.
Oh, it was like the Casno
and
floor?
literally, when you walk into the hallways, it's just bottles of
Yeah, that's
dip
it. But
Dip
just
spit.
tobacco and
no
talking.
caps on them, like they're like
Oh.
falling, and it's like dip spit all over the carpet. Like that was the hardest flow probably on Murdo.
I mean, the ag had to do something with it, and you also had a really good CA, man.
Man, we had a phenomenal CA. But yeah, just look up your dorms. Make sure that that's where you want to live. Know like what kind of activities you like to do. So, for example, I like playing sports, and we have the rec center. I'm sure every university has one. And so, where I lived, my dorm was really close to the rec, and so you can walk or whatever. It's a short distance. So, basically just do your research, what you like to do, and, that will fit where you want to live, I guess. Yeah. But after that first year, though, you have a choice, right? You could stay on campus, or you could go off campus. So, what are the choices for, what do y'all think of living off campus?
Off campus is nice.
Yeah, it is nice. But
I love it.
But if you live off campus, you want to like live somewhere close to campus so you can like walk or take the bus, because I know. So right now I live, I don't know, like a 15-minute drive away from campus, and it's like getting up and driving, wasting gas. So it's like much easier like living like 5 minutes walking distance from campus, so you can get up at like a reasonable time, and you can just like watch your class.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't take me more than. I probably live like a while in a walking distance, but I mean, if I hop on the 47, or I think it's 47, I don't know, but if I hop on the bus that stops at the Republic, I'm on campus in like 5 minutes, ready to go.
Yeah.
Finding the next bus to get onto to take me to class.
Okay, so basically just do your research, right?
So,
No, definitely do your research.
Yeah.
Like, living off campus, you got to know the bus routes, where you can park, and everything.
Yeah,
Because
true.
if you don't, it is a pain. It is a true pain.
My first week, I did not know where I was supposed to park. I think I got 4 parking tickets in 1 week for parking in Commuter North for 4 straight days in a row. And it's because my pass was not Commuter North. And I had no idea.
And you think you'll get lucky? You won't.
No, never.
They're good. They know what they're doing.
Hey, they get paid to do it, and
Park-
they're paid based on how much they
TTU
give
parking
out, so,
services, they
yeah.
they are literally Satan.
Hey,
Hey, no. Hey, I work with some parking people, man. They catch a lot of heat, man. Shout out to all the parking people.
Also, if you're gonna, so your options basically are apartments or houses. Basically, it boils down to either an apartment or a house. And if you don't want to pay a lot of money, you're gonna have to end up living with roommates, right? So you can
That's
split the
true.
cost. So what are y'all's thoughts on roommates living off campus?
Oh.
We're gonna have to let Alex go on this one first.
We'll let him in.
We'll let him go first.
Let me sit.
You need to sit? Okay, we need to give him a seat on this one.
This is public. Just remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure my past roommates are listening to this right now. Shout out to y'all. No.
Name names. No.
I don't even know their names. That's how much I like talk to them. No, but so
Oh, from Viewpoint?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, from Viewpoint.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about strictly from Viewpoint. So
Shout out to Viewpoint, man.
Yeah.
Love that place.
Literally the most
you know,
trash
so
apartment complex there might be.
Viewpoint is about
Wait, damn.
5 minute walking distance from campus. Like that that was my ultimate goal is from moving to Lubbock to live close to campus so I can walk easily there. But my roommates, so when I first got to Viewpoint, they have assigned rooms for you, and so my room was in the ninth building, the bottom floor, and so. And my parents, they helped me move in, and so right when we walked in through the door, we could smell like a huge stink of weed, and there's like beer bottles, liquor bottles all over the place, and then so where the layout was, so when you entered through the door, the kitchen was to your left, and then right in front of you was the living room, and in the kitchen is like a cabinet. So my dad, he opens up the cabinet door, and he just sees like a bong, like for weed, and like right when my dad saw that, he went to the manager's office and like told them to I need to switch rooms because having weed and
They didn't like the environment.
yeah, they didn't like the environment. So I moved into like another like like the same. I stayed in the same building, but I just moved a couple doors down. Like so I had 3 roommates and like I hardly saw them, but like it was rough the first year because these roommates weren't any better because they would like throw parties from like starting from like 10 p.m. to all the way to like 4 a.m. and they would just be loud and obnoxious and I don't know. So I can tell you this, like having good roommates, it'll like make or break your college, or it won't make or break, but it has like a huge impact on you.
Right. So, that's apartments, right?
Yeah.
You want to speak of because you've lived in a house as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm currently living in a house right now with 3 guys,
Okay.
And you know these guys.
Yeah, I do.
Unlike the random roommates that weren't good.
Yeah, I actually like know these guys. I've known them. So before moving into them, I've known 2 of them for about a year. Then I met my other roommate, who's actually a brother of one of the guys I live with. And I don't know. Overall, it's been a pretty good experience. Like it's nice. It's nice living with people that you know. But I would like so from my perspective, like I thought, so living with them, I thought it would be like all like sunshine and rainbows, but it turned out like not to be the case because even though you known them for so long, like you might not like get along with each other because y'all see each other like 24/7,
Right.
and so you kind of like have to like pick your roommates wisely. Like, do you actually see them, or do you actually like see yourself like living with them and like getting along with them? Just like actually like knowing who they are, or like the other aspect is like you could like know them for so long, but you really don't like know them like at like a deeper friendship level, and so I don't know. I guess my best advice for y'all is make sure before signing a lease, make sure that you make the right decision and like
Right.
you talk to other people who you're about to live with and see what they think.
Basically, do your research.
Yeah,
Like,
do your
in
research
and out,
on them.
strip search them,
Yeah.
like everything.
And sometimes your friends warn you.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
they
don't-
do.
You will get some warnings.
You know, you
Yeah.
can choose to listen to them or not to them.
You know,
it's
or,
your choice.
or in my case, not to listen to them. So
You know, so
Oh, we missed it, man. Right, we got a new follower. Look at that.
oh, nice.
oh wait,
Cool.
hey man.
I know. I must have clicked off when the
Hey,
notification
the
got up.
computer guy here was slipped up.
Oh my bad. Shout out to my boy SD Royalty. Thanks for the follow, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
SD Royalty. Cool
Thank you
name,
so
dude.
much.
Nice. Yeah, man. Thank you. You're hopefully one of
You're a rock star.
hopefully one of many, man.
Yeah. So speaking of roommates,
You're in on the ground floor. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
I know Will.
Number 2 in the oddballs.
Will he had trouble with his roommate situation last year. So you can like speak about that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really trouble, but it was nah. I had a great time. I mean, it boils down to doing your research, really, guys. Like, it's one thing laughing with somebody, you know, ha ha ha, I know them, and it's one thing living with them. You gotta understand the difference. Yeah, just do your research. Make sure these guys are good guys. Make sure they're clean. Make sure y'all match personalities. You know, and then if not, you gotta be ready for the consequences. We'll say that much.
Which is daily frustrations
Daily frustrations,
and bitterness that is really really uncalled for, but it's just because y'all weren't really compatible to live together.
bitterness, right?
It's really not either of y'all's faults. It's just two contrasting personalities.
Right. It'll be chairs broken. There'll be fights. Hey, you got to go through it. So, one thing that y'all should know. I mean, it should be obvious, but if you're gonna live off campus, most of the time, if it's a house, you know, bills, stuff like that, you gotta be sharp and you gotta be responsible. Basically, if you're gonna live off campus. Right.
All right, so we actually got, look at that, man. Somebody just posted to the chat, SD Royalty, man. Glad you posted, man. He wants to know what the worst roommate story is.
I think. I don't know.
Well, I mean, when I lived in the dorm, I did, each semester I had a different random roommate. And both of those guys, man, they were some characters, man.
They're dopies.
They were dopies. No, but
They were fired up.
yeah, you know, coming in late at night after hanging out, or I guess just being out, and just coming in there with the girl. And so, and we'll leave it at that. And so sometimes you know that it's already dark and you can just kind of sneak in your bed, and sometimes you got to go stay in a friend's dorm.
Did you witness any action?
Personally?
They-
I? No.
Did you get traumatized? Like, what?
They had the stones just because it was dark. They thought you
Stones?
wouldn't know or what?
Just know that, you know,
Stones?
They were like, oh, he cannot see us,
We-
so we good. or
whatever.
what?
It was not talked about the next day. Whatever, you know, I just slept somewhere
Rightly
else. It was
so.
good. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't like stay in there? Or did they like start and then you're like, oh, I gotta go?
No, I would not.
Or like someone came in and you're like, oh, I gotta leave.
Yeah. It was usually me walking in. So, and usually I would just close the door and
Oh.
walk away. But the worst part about it was they became boyfriend girlfriend. That girl that used to come up, and he would stay late night on the phone with her, using his headphones to his cell phone, and they would talk on the cell phone while we were laying in bed and the room was dark, and it was so annoying just having somebody constantly whisper in your room while you're trying to go to sleep.
Man,
Did you try to put a stop to it? Did you say something, or were you the Chad that we know?
You know, I was a Chad that we know, and yeah, I didn't say anything. Just like I didn't say anything after he brought the girl in. I didn't say anything after he talked on the phone.
Yeah, but as soon as you walked out that room and met with some friends, you
Yeah.
said everything.
Yeah, I said everything that I would have said to him. Yeah, man, confrontation, I guess, would not be one of my strong points.
Yeah, we're working on them.
So,
Man, he did in plain sight. That is true.
no, I mean it was inside our dorm, So
It was inside a dorm, yeah, but he
I mean, I
he was
guess
witnessing the action. He
they
got
play inside to
traumatized.
you, right?
it was actually. I mean, so we did have each other's numbers, so sometimes you.
He would warn you, or what?
Yeah. Some, he would let me know usually. So, and yeah, so it's
Man,
really.
I'm so glad
that's
I
my
don't.
worst roommate.
See, I'm
story.
glad I never had to live in a dorm.
All right.
Like my worst roommate story would be like, "Oh, you ate my food." Oh, dang, that's like life ending, right? No, that's easy.
Man, so I
My
gotta.
dorm- my roommates are
Hey,
great.
I gotta put this
Shout
story
out-
out there.
Hey, shout out to Moses if you're here, bro. Love you, man.
Moses.
My boy Moses, best roommate ever. And Trevi, I got easy roommates.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know who
Thanks
did
for the
this.
chats, royalty man. Thank you, man.
Right, but hey, if you're gonna, this is for those guys that, if you have a girlfriend or whatever, and you'll be living in a dorm, and it happens. Actions happens. Just what's the word? Be generous, I guess. Like don't. Be generous of your roommate and be what's the word? Respectful of the roommate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't just want to bring your girlfriend in there. Like you gotta understand, or tell them like, hey, around this time she'll be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that. So yeah, I mean that was not really bad. It's not
No.
bad.
I mean, yeah. This I really did get lucky. I didn't really have that bad of roommates.
Oh,
So-
okay. Yeah. What about the best roommates? Have y'all? Do we have a best roommate story?
Yeah, Moses.
Moses.
Dude, literally last week I walked in, like it's like 2 a.m. I'm just getting home, up the stairs, get to my door, and I go to open the door, and the boy put a whole bag, like one of those family-sized bags of like miniature candies, like on my handle. He had bought it and then like just given it to me. He literally just bought me a massive bag of candy.
Wow.
I was like, my boy, just at a random too, like for no reason. Then like the next day, like, cause I didn't know who it was from. He like knocked on me. He's like, "Hey man, did you get your candy?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro. Thanks." And he was like, "Yeah, I just, I thought you might want something to like, you might have a sweet tooth, or you might want something to pick you up for the week." He's literally like a straight bro. Moses is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He's a good roommate.
I do like Moses,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
But the sad thing is, he does not want to. He wants to live alone next year. I'm trying to blame him either, but
Dang, he's tired of buying you candy.
I guess.
Hey.
No, but I'm not trying to brag, but I'm pretty sure I have the best roommates.
True.
Housemates, the best housemates.
Well, we don't know that. But,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
So let's see here.
So on or off, which was better? I got to go off
Off.
all the way.
I gotta go off too.
I mean, for as much as I loved on, from as much as I think that everybody should experience it, off is just so much better, dude. Communal bathrooms are the worst.
They are.
see that's
I never had a bad experience with bathrooms, but I can see how it could get bad. Like,
yeah,
the water is always shower's always cold. Like I don't. It's just always
Yeah,
issues
man.
basically.
yeah.
You might have the same issues if you pick some ghetto apartments too. So don't get it confused.
yeah, depending on where you live.
Right. Make sure it's a good apartment. So
Good house, yeah.
yeah.
Good landlord too, man. That's
that
important.
helps. That always helps.
The Republic
The Republic.
Well,
cottages. Well, see, yeah.
Watch out, they're gonna dox us.
yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah, off all the way though, for sure, man.
Right.
What about you, Alex?
Off.
Yeah.
He never lived
No,
on.
Yeah, so I was a transfer student, so I never lived on campus, and so all I've been used to is off campus, and so.
Right.
But if I had a choice, I would definitely pick off.
You'll pick off.
I don't know. Personally, I think I would have enjoyed on campus living.
Yeah.
I'm just
See,
that person.
here's
that I
one
would be
thing.
probably like.
You're officially a frat dude.
Living on campus, listen, living on campus is great. Do not get it confused. Like, you see different people every day Literally, if you go to the eating area that y'all's dorms have, you see different people every day. You go to the laundry room downstairs, it's different people every day. When you're living off campus, you don't really see people that much apart from your class and maybe your friends. You know what I mean? But in dorms, you see, and everybody's in your class. Well, for the most part, they're in your class as well. So you're going through the same thing together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you meet a lot of friends in dorms.
Yeah, man.
You meet a
That's
lot
one
of
the
friends in
pros, for
dorms.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Just-
make a lot of friends.
Yeah, you don't even have to really try. You're just seeing these people every day, so that
Right.
exposure just causes y'all to eventually get to know each other.
Right.
You start off by saying hi, and by the end of the semester, you're saying, "Hey, man, come to my house for Christmas."
That much?
I don't know. I don't know about all that, but
Hey, that's how I got all my presents stolen. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
right. Yeah. So it's always great, but
I wish I don't know though. I don't know if I'd have made it on campus if I had a bad roommate because I would have been like it would not have worked. I would have just been like, dude, no, you're trash. Like, stop doing what you're doing. If you didn't,
he is
I will be
homegrown from
finding-
Snyder, so
I will
that's
be
possible.
finding my RA if he is not fixing what's going on.
Man.
I would not continually let this boy keep me up. I'd be like, hey, I'll be going to the RA, be like, hey man, this dude is not going to bed. I gotta sleep, bro.
Well, the funny thing was, it ended that semester with that guy, and then so I got the new guy, and I was like, "Oh, sweet man, like this is going to be good, you know." And it's the exact same thing happened, dude. I was like, "Man, my luck."
You had bad luck, dude.
Yeah, bad luck.
You just had bad luck, honestly. Because my roommate, we still talk to this day.
Hey, shout out to Joey, man.
Shout out to my boy Joey, man. We still talk to this day, 4 years later. And we're still cool. So it could go either way. You could be friends throughout college, or it could go bad. So
Yeah.
it could go either way. Yeah. Well,
What about you, Thomas? I know you never lived on campus, but what do you choose, like on or off?
Would I choose on or
Yeah.
off? I don't know. Like obviously I haven't gone through the same on-campus stuff like you guys say, meeting like all those other people. But I'm fine with living off campus. Cleaner bathrooms, I assume.
I hope so, man. I hope your bathroom's
Yeah.
cleaner than a dorm one.
I don't know. It's
It's
just like more private, I guess. Like you don't have to worry about like
Walking in.
what your roommate's doing, or if your roommate's keeping you up.
Yeah.
So that's plus. And I mean, like in the same situation about how you guys say you make friends seeing everywhere, you still do that whenever you're off campus or like living off campus. But whenever you go onto campus,
as
like
long as you're
different,
active on campus, right?
basically. Because like I've met some people at the rec and I always say hi to them. I see them all the time, and like I've just made friends like
Don't
right
be
there.
the off-campus student that only comes to campus to go to his class and then leaves.
It's basically that.
Go to the
be
rec,
honest.
eat at the sub at least once a week.
Hey,
like,
but
be active on campus.
we cannot ignore the fact that this is a fact that if you're living off campus, yes, you can still make friends. But the effort that goes into making those friends is definitely harder than if you're living on campus.
Well, I mean,
Exactly.
It
that-
just
I don't know, that
falls on you
depends,
on
'cause,
campus.
Like,
Yeah.
if you live in like a place that has like a clubhouse, you go to the clubhouse, you can meet all the people because there's quite a few people that like hang out. Okay, where I live, the Republic, there's a lot of people that go hang out in the Republic clubhouse.
Yeah, but it's one thing seeing these people every day when you're going to class. You see her washing clothes. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
I think
It
it's,
is.
go
It
ahead.
is. But,
I think it's just like on campus you have more opportunities for
Yeah,
that. Like you
no
said,
doubt.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
you still have to make an effort, obviously.
but it just falls on you.
Yeah,
right?
but it's
You
like,
don't have to make that much of an effort, though.
Yeah, like off campus, you get it.
yeah.
Be like, hey, can I take you across the road? You get people running away from you. Like it's hard.
So,
Extracurricular activities in college.
Yeah, I was about to bring up another question, but yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, you go ahead. You
No,
do
no,
it.
no. Your question's better. Your question's better.
See,
Well, yeah,
mine's are always better.
Okay, well, no, it's better for mine's a better ending question. That's what I meant by that.
Well, and if any viewers got a question, just hit the chat again.
Yeah, yeah. For
Yeah.
Sure. We'd
So
love
if
to
you have
hear
any
from
more smashing questions, that's the loyalty. We got you, brother.
Oh.
All right, Chad. What do you want to say?
No. Extracurricular activities. That was a good one. I don't recommend it.
Definitely.
No.
If you, no, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, just kidding. for
If you
sure,
do
for sure.
play sports of any, okay, hold on. So in college, there's a club for literally everything.
And we're not even joking.
Like we're not exaggerating. Everything. Freaking stretching has a club.
Esports club, polo, lacrosse, the soccer club,
Super Smash,
Yeah,
like,
every-
Smash club,
Every club there is a club.
pottery, like
So
Pottery?
theater.
Underwater basket weaving, like everything.
What's that?
where you been at?
It was a joke.
Yeah, but they have
That
a
was not a
club.
good execution.
They have a club for everything, and if you can, you got to get plugged into one of these things. Like if you play sports, great. That's easy right there. Easy friends. Fraternities, we gotta speak on these.
do we
So
really
you don't want to speak on this because fraternities, I feel like
don't
fraternities are really expensive. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. Yeah, for sure. Let's talk
Like
about it.
fraternities. If you're a guy, fraternity. If you're a girl, sorority. They're just they're a great way to make friends, but still you want to be careful because it's a lot of it could be a lot of money to join these organizations.
I mean, yeah, just like we were just saying, there's clubs for everything, and a lot of these clubs do not require dues.
Right,
Actually,
you could do clubs, and also I'm saying you could do
Really?
fraternities as well.
Actually, yeah,
I feel like every club does, dudes,
well,
to be
well,
honest.
no, a lot of clubs don't, especially ones that,
Esports club doesn't require dues to be part of the
Yeah.
esports group.
yeah, especially the ones that like don't have to do with classes or anything like
Okay,
that.
okay.
But you're right, a lot
But-
of them do, but a lot of the dues are way cheaper than fraternity dues.
So okay,
We'll say
Hands
that.
down.
there's not like a set due, but like there is like an option that you can pay some, and then you get like some apparel and stuff, and then like all the events they hold, you don't have to pay in like in registration. Basically, you just get to be in it
yeah,
because you paid in advance essentially by paying a due for everything that you're gonna do.
yeah.
Okay.
Because they have like weekly Smash turn, they have weekly something going on with that. Smash, Smite.
Wait, so what else were you gonna say about the fraternities?
I was gonna say, basically just shop around, I guess. And just see different fraternity, like price wise. If money's not an issue, hey, you just pick one and
I
then
don't
you
know if it's price or maybe the views. Like
Or-
multicultural, or like a religious affiliation, or you can
Right.
just go Greek
I
and
agree.
kill your liver.
Or you can go. You can go business. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
I
of
guess
different
then
ones.
there's engineering fraternities too.
right.
so many organizations are called fraternities and sororities, and they're nothing like them.
True, this is also
Mhm,
true.
That is true. Yeah, but basically just get plugged in something, a club, something, and just be active. That's always a great way.
And it's one thing to say that you're part of a club than actually being active in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you can, I don't know how many clubs I signed up just to get it on whatever resumes or something, but
Yeah.
like it's pretty useless if you're just gonna do it just to get it for the name or whatever, or do it. Yeah, actually pick one and be active in it and do all the stuff because you will get a lot out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so. I guess we can say this: how we met is actually a fraternity. How all 5 of us met. It's definitely not a fraternity in the Greek sense of the word, though.
Yeah, we're definitely not losing our livers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We might lose our hearts and love, but
You're selling us good.
I guess that can be another podcast. I guess so.
So I know you guys have been waiting on this. All our viewers out there, thank you for joining us again.
Or if you're listening to this afterwards, not live, we still
Right.
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it a lot. You can just skip to the end, get the really good part, I'm joking.
Hit the-
We're not saving
Go to
anything.
1455.
We're
That's
not
a
saving anything for the end. This is it right here, man. So,
Hit
Right.
the like button.
yeah.
I mean, this is gonna be on.
Oh, yeah,
I
man.
mean, if you're watching it now, yes or no. I mean, you're watching it later. You're not watching it live. Hit the like button. Hit the subscription button. Comment below what you want us to do differently. What you like. What you don't.
Yeah.
Give us some criticism. We're open to listen. We're gonna read the comments. We'll comment back to you too.
Yeah, we'll read the comment. So,
Right. So I know you guys have been waiting on this. I'm sure everybody's wondering, how is dating in college? No, that's a whole hour episode. We just need to wait on that one. That'll be a new episode, right? I mean, come on. That's gonna take a while. I mean,
hey, let me say my question that I was going to say.
all right.
Oh, that is a great question, man. That's a great topic, man. Will's coming out with the great topics tonight. Let me see here. I actually forgot my question. Oh, man. Shoot, what was I going to ask, dude? Y'all go ahead. I forgot what I was going to ask.
Hey, this will happen in college.
All right, well.
Oh man.
He's a fifth year senior, so I mean,
No, chill.
it's 2:30 in the morning.
Oh
Chill,
my
it's kinda time,
dude.
We got a lot of things going on, so. Let's cut it. Garen's he has an interview tomorrow. He feels really cold. I just want to get some sleep.
Yeah, it's all
Alright.
good. And this is long enough, man. I mean, we got some good. Hopefully, we said something among that huge mess that we just spilled out into your ears.
I mean,
But,
I thought there was definitely some ups.
All
There
right.
was definitely some downs, though, too.
Hey,
Alex
man,
being blameless.
I'll remember my question for the next podcast, man. And hopefully we'll be able to.
I mean, I guess next one we could just do relationships in college. So that could definitely. We're definitely very qualified to talk about this. I'm sure we have plenty.
You have the most qualified group here, people. Just to let y'all know.
I'm sure we have plenty of stories to talk about. Right. We have. Yeah. I mean, they may be all fantasies, but yeah. They may be fantasies.
Speak for yourself.
Fantasies.
Thanks to all the oddballs out there. Hope you guys are having a good night. Anyone that tuned into the stream or is watching it now.
Oddballs?
Yeah,
Oddballs.
for the OddCast.
Those are our biscuits. Our version of the biscuits.
Well,
Agreed.
either way, it was nice to meet you guys. And good
Hey,
first
SD
episode.
Royalty, man. Miles the Misfit, thank y'all, man, for the follow and thanks for participating. It means a lot.
And there was one more. Who?
Thornville Zilla, nice. Thanks for popping in. I don't think
yeah.
you ever interacted, but maybe you'll get the stones for next time. We'd love to have you on the oddballs,
Yeah, man.
So-
Thanks for just tuning in for a second, man. And thanks to whoever's listening to this after it's gone live. Non-live.
All right, well, thanks for
All right,
coming
we'll
out.
see
Y'all
y'all
have a great
later.
night.
Or we'll hear y'all later.
OddCast signing out.
We good?
Why are you still
Hey,
recording?
let it play.
Oh, my bad.
Let's hear ourselves.